Howdy, folks. Much appreciated. Yes, I am Will Rogers, and I really appreciate being invited to speak to the Ohio chapter of the National Speakers Association. I was born in 1879, and I'm proud to say that I'm one of the NSA's oldest members. Right behind Ben Franklin and Thomas Jefferson and Abraham Lincoln. Many of you have met those gentlemen at conventions, and I've got to level with you. Those three are imposters. Well, I was asked to speak on politics and this upcoming election, and in order to prepare for speeches like this all the time, I get over to Washington, D.C. once in a while to check in on the old joke factory. That's Congress. You probably know I don't have to write any political jokes. Nope, I just watch the government and report the facts. Don't even have to exaggerate. There's just no trick to being a humorist when you got the whole government working for you. Before I go any farther, I need to level with you. I'm not a member of any organized political party. I'm a Democrat. But really, I don't take sides with anybody. I know that no matter who gets in there, they're all going to do the best they can, and none of them are going to ruin the country, at least not on purpose. Well, it's good to be here with you today and to talk a little bit about politics, because I've been commenting and writing about politics for 100 years or so. Most of you know that the Republicans are going to hold their national convention in Cleveland this summer, and the last time they held their convention in Cleveland was 1924, and I was there writing my syndicated newspaper columns about it. You may remember that Calvin Coolidge was president at that time. He had been vice president, and when your own Warren G. Harding died a year sooner as president, while Calvin Coolidge moved up. And Mr. Coolidge was really popular as president, so he didn't have any competition. In fact, I wrote in one of my columns, I said they could have held the convention and nominated him by postcard. Well, this year with, 15 or 20 candidates, it's going to be a little bit more exciting, and may take a little bit longer than the 3 days it did back at that time. You probably know that politics nowadays has got so expensive it costs lots of money to even get beat with. You might be interested in some of the things little tidbits I've picked up over the years. Let me see. The two greatest traits of a Democrat are optimism and humor. You got to be an optimist to be a Democrat, and you got to be a humorist to stay one. Now, Democrats and Republicans are equally corrupt where money's concerned. It's only in the amount where the Republicans excel. Now, Democrats never agree on anything. That's why they're Democrats. If they agreed with each other, they'd be Republicans. I got to add to that. This year, the Democrats can't even agree on the difference between a Democrat and a socialist. I expected more reaction to that. Well, compared to Congress, the thing about my jokes is they don't hurt anybody. You can say they're funny or they're horrible or they're good or whatever, but they don't do any harm. But with Congress, every time they make a joke, it's a law. And every time they make a law, it's a joke. Well, whether you're Republican or Democrat or independent or socialist, I'm proud to count all of you as being friends. Speaking of friends, I heard a speaker, NSA member, Charlie Jarvis from down in Texas, give a speech one time, and he said, one thing about friends, when you die, you want to make sure you've got at least 6 of them. Well, when I die, my epitaph, or whatever those words are that you see on gravestones, is going to read, "I joked about every prominent man of my time, but I never met a man I didn't like." I'm so proud of that, I can hardly wait to die. So, so it can be carved, and when you come around my gravestone in Claremore, Oklahoma, well, you'll probably find me sitting there, proudly reading it. I never met a man I didn't like. Now, of course, if I was saying that today, I would say I never met a person I didn't like. The key word there is met. I never met a person I didn't like. I found that if you give everybody a fair first chance to be a friend, then things look up. Your whole world brightens up because you'll have all the friends that you can handle. And I think if you follow that philosophy of "I never met a person I didn't like," you'll find that you'll have all the love and admiration that you can handle.